Gotta go to bed, gotta go to sleep, gotta have a good sleep, yeah. Got my jammies on because of bedtime. And I always like to have a nice little cup of tea before I go to bed. You like my little cup of tea? I think this is exactly 1 litre. So how much sleep do we need? It's one of those questions that gets argued about a lot. It's very controversial because people will tell you very specifically, you must get 8 hours sleep, or you must get 10, or some people even say that if I don't get 10 hours sleep, I just don't feel good. And I'm sure you've also heard the reverse of that, where there's people who sleep 3, 4 hours, 5 at the most perhaps, and say, I don't need any more than that. I go to bed, I sleep deep, and I wake up refreshed, and I don't need to sleep any longer than that. So I'm going to ask you a very personal question, because I'm standing here in my pajamas. My donkey pajamas. Yay. The question is, could it be a personal thing? And rather than this is how many hours of sleep you need, could there be some guidelines as to whether or not we would know if we've had enough sleep? So here's a great question. When you go to bed, do you lie in bed and then toss and turn and find it really difficult to go to sleep? And if that's a challenge, what should we do about it? The reverse of that is you go to bed, put your head on the pillow, crash out, fall into a deep sleep, and then you wake up fully refreshed. Now, how long does that take, that fully refreshed? Is it 3 hours, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? And here's a great question. When do you wake up without an alarm? Now, I know that there's a lot of things in life that determine when we have to get up, and it might be something as exciting as travel and we don't want to miss the plane, or it could be that you've got to get up and go to work and you start at 4 or 5 in the morning and you have to get up really early, so you have to set an alarm. But one of the really cool things about your sleep patterns is if you get this right, it's been suggested that you'll never have to use an alarm because your body will wake up when it's got to wake up, and you wake up refreshed. So I'll give you an example. I've spent a lot of my life traveling where I've literally had to get up at 2, 3, 4 in the morning, and the reason for that is, of course, that before I go out, I always exercise, always make sure that I've had plenty to eat, I've already done my goals, I'm hydrated, I don't like to leave my house until I'm ready to face the world. So if I've got to be at the airport at 5 o'clock in the morning, that means I'm getting up at 1 or 2 in the morning. And every time I've set an alarm to do that, I always wake up. Sometimes I set an alarm because I definitely can't miss the plane, but I always wake up somewhere between 5 to 1 minute before the alarm. I don't actually ever hear the alarm go off because I'm already awake just beforehand. So how do you get your body into that kind of precise rhythm so that you can wake up exactly when you need to? And of course, let's start with, what if you were really fit and really strong and really healthy? And I always ask this question, is it possible that if you're thirsty, your body will tell you, because thirsty is a mechanism to say, hey, you need some fluid. Oh, big cup of tea. If you are hungry, if you listen to your body, there's a thing called hunger mechanism. So your body will say, Rowie, I need some food, please give me some food, and it'll tell you. Is it possible that when you're tired, that's your body telling you that you need to go to sleep, and that when you wake up and you're not tired anymore, that you're ready to wake up? And wouldn't it be good to get your body into that position? And is it possible that being healthy, fit and strong will actually do that for you? Because all those mechanisms will be working. If you become unfit, if you become weak, if you become stressed, if you put a whole heap of junk food into your body, if you're not hydrated, if you don't exercise, is it possible that all those mechanisms break down? And then how do you feel about yourself if you're out of shape, if you're stressed, if you're sick? So there might be depression, it could be anxiety, it could be some kind of disease that happens because of inactivity and not eating healthy food. How do you start feeling about yourself? And if you don't feel good about yourself when you go to bed, how do you go to sleep? If you're doing things in your life that you're not proud of, and this is a very confrontational concept, but if you really want to get good sleep, the question is, how can you sleep well if you get to the end of your day and it's time to go to bed and you actually lie down in bed, but you haven't been a very nice person today? You've gossiped, you've criticised, you've been nasty, you've been negative, you've treated people badly, you've been disrespectful to yourself because you haven't eaten great food and you haven't exercised, and then you go to bed and try and go to sleep. And I think there's there's a lot of reasons for tossing and turning, and could they be some of them? Then if I haven't exercised and I haven't expended a lot of energy, does it make sense that when I lie down, my body says, well, I haven't done anything. Why do I need to go to sleep? I'm not tired because I haven't expended any energy. So we're in bed, but we toss and turn and we dream and we think and we have negative thoughts and even bad dreams. And then we wake up to an alarm and we feel really tired and stressed when the alarm goes off. Yuck. And then there's this really funny thing called the snooze button. And look, I'm so tired, but you wake up feeling terrible because the alarm went off. So I'll just 5 more minutes. I'll just have 5 more minutes and snooze. And so you press the snooze button, and then 5 minutes later, do you wake up refreshed and excited and happy because you've had 5 minutes extra? Is it possible that the more times you hit the snooze button, the more times you end up feeling bad about yourself, because instead of being able to jump out of bed with energy, enthusiasm, excitement, you have to kind of drag yourself out of bed because the snooze button has told you it's get up, get up, get up, get up. And then you feel tired and lethargic during the day, so you've got to have a coffee and a Red Bull, and some people take drugs and some people take pharmaceutical uppers, and there's all sorts of things that people use to feel good. And then if you take a lot of caffeine during the day and you drink a lot of Red Bull and you're taking some kind of pharmaceutical upper, then when you go to bed, then you can't go to sleep because you're really wired, and that's when people start taking sleeping pills, and then that makes you feel it's an unnatural sleep because it's a chemical sleep. So then you wake up feeling drowsy, I'm trying to say, and not feeling very well. And I don't think any of that sounds any good. What do you think? I love bed. It's one of my favourite things, and I love my pyjamas. And at our house, there's 6 people in our bed because there's Cayman and I and 4 puppy dogs. And we all snuggle in together and we have a wonderful evening. And I every night, because I love it, I love going to bed and I love going to sleep because I go to sleep really easily and I wake up really refreshed. And I wake up because it's time to wake up, but I've told my body this is when we need to wake up. And there's some days where I actually can say to my brain, don't wake up, just go to sleep and we'll wake up peacefully when you feel like it. And it's just I love that feeling when you wake up first thing in the morning and your eyes flutter open, because I get really excited about every day and my eyes flutter open and I go, oh, where am I? What day is it? And what exciting things am I going to do today? And I will add to that 2 special things that you might be able to add into your toolbox that have been very helpful for us. Before we go to sleep, Cayman and I always ask this question, how did we add value to the world today? What did we do today that in one way, shape or form added something into the world that made the world a better place today? So it's a recognition that today we did something special, which also, by the way, could that put into your headspace that you need to do something special so you can report on it at the end of the day. And of course we tell each other that we love each other and then we go to bed snuggled into our puppy dogs and each other. When we wake up in the morning to get ready for the day, the first thing we say to each other is, I love you. Then we say to each other what we're thankful for and then what we're looking forward to. And the looking forward to is all about it might be what we're looking forward to today, in 1 month, in 1 year, in 10 years, in 50 years. Doesn't matter. It's just a special little project that we do every morning. But then it kind of makes the day it does make the day more exciting. And then it also gives you something to look back over the day and say, this is how we added value today. And could all of that add to great sleep? So if I just give you a list of, what are the things, Rowie, that I can't sleep, what do I need to do to be able to get a great sleep? Well, what if you're really fit and really strong and really healthy? So you had strong muscles and bones. Your muscles are pulling on bones, which then pull on or strengthen your immune system because your immune system's built inside your bones. So you're less likely to get sick, less likely to have headaches, viruses, germs, bugs, things that make your body unwell. You are less likely to have any of those. If you've got a great immune system, you're also less likely to have long injury. You'll recover quicker if you do get an injury. And less likely to have pain because you've got a brain that works differently. You've got chemicals in your brain. Endorphins, for example, are a pain-killing happy drug that are produced when you exercise. So if you're really fit and strong, you can only get fit by puffing and you only get strong by lifting heavy. So if you get puffed and you lift heavy and you're putting pressure on your body, so you're using your body, is it possible then that your body needs to sleep? If you overload your muscles, overload your bones, overload your endocrine system, overload your central nervous system, overload your body to work really hard, and the big one is your brain. If you make your brain work really hard, all of those recover and regenerate when you're sleeping. So you need to sleep deep. And this is the really interesting thing, because I don't think there's a right number for sleep. I just think go to bed, go to sleep, wake up, feel refreshed. And however long that is, wouldn't it be nice to live a life like that, where you could go to bed when you're tired and you wake up when you're not tired anymore? But would it be great to design a life like that? That's what the Max program's all about. So you can choose your own hours, be your own boss, earn the amount of money that you want to earn, invest time with the people that you want to invest time with, sell a product or service that you're proud of, and something that's going to add value to other people's lives so that you're financially free. And could that be a good reason to sleep deep? Because you're doing what you love, you're healthy, fit and strong, you put your head on the pillow, go to sleep and wake up refreshed. The people who only sleep 3, 4, 5 hours, that's exactly what they'll tell you. They don't need to sleep longer than that, because when they go to bed, they don't toss and turn. They put their head on the pillow, they fall asleep deeply, they wake up refreshed, and off they go again. And they're excited. One of the interesting things that the psychologists and psychiatrists will share with us is that one of the big challenges with depression is no purpose. If you don't have a reason to get up, then why do you want to get up? A lot of people go to bed and pull the covers over their head and don't want to get up ever again because they've got no reason to get up. If you've got a purpose, then maybe we need to create a purpose. If you've got children, is it an awesome reason to get up and live a great life so that they can see the living, breathing example of what a great life looks like? Not drag yourself out of bed because the kids are forcing you to get up. But let's get up, kids, and let's go. Let's be excited about life. Could your kids be a really good reason to want to get up and live a great life? If you've got a cause, if you've got something you believe in, it might be that you want to save the world from disaster. You want to save the world from people dumping rubbish where they shouldn't. You want to save the world from people who draw on other people's buildings. You might have a cause that excites you. Mine's always been animals. I love animals. I sleep with my animals. I wake up with my animals. I want to protect all animals. I want to rescue as many animals as I can, which gives me a really exciting purpose to get up. I also want to add massive value to people's lives. Now, I get that not everybody wants value to be added to their lives, but I just want to make sure that I live my life every day in a way that whatever I'm doing can add value to somebody's life, not devalue their life. So I have no interest in criticizing, gossiping, negative talk, posting horrible things on social media. None of those things are of any interest to me, and I often think maybe that's why people don't sleep well. Could that be possible? They don't sleep well because they don't feel very, very well. They don't feel good about themselves because they haven't been a nice person during the day. How do you live with yourself if you're being dishonest, if you're cheating, if you're doing things that don't add value to the world? So here's my list. Be healthy, fit and strong. Be hydrated, because your brain doesn't work well if it's not hydrated. Make sure you're getting vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals and antioxidants. So have a look at what you're putting into your body. If you put junk into your body, how can you expect to sleep well? If you put junk into your body, how can you expect to feel good? Be a really nice person. Is it possible you'll sleep better if you've been nice to the rest of the world? And how about respect for yourself? Do you have a career or business that you love? Are you looking after your own body? Are you putting great things into your brain? And then there's some of those fun things. We always watch television at the end of the day, but always things that we really enjoy. So we don't just watch mindless television. What are your favourite shows and what makes you laugh and what adds value to your life? And I often fall asleep laughing or watching some great music. I love watching people sing live. I just love it. And I often fall asleep to beautiful music in my ears. And then I wake up going, wow, isn't my life amazing? I don't think it's a complicated process, and I think people make it complicated. If you're not sleeping well, just ask yourself, am I as healthy, fit and strong as I could be? Am I investing time with people who add value to my life? Am I adding value to their life? And am I somebody who I can be proud of in every area of my life? And then wouldn't it be nice to listen to your body? When you're tired, go to bed, and when you're wide awake, get up. This thing about you need 10 hours or 8 hours or 6 hours sleep, what's the point of lying in bed if you're wide awake? Why not just get up and add some value to the world? Could that be a good idea? And here's a really, really cool idea that I'm just going to add in at the end. Get yourself some really sexy pajamas. Now there's sexy lingerie, there's sexy pajamas, some people like to sleep in the nudie. Just find something really cool to sleep in that you really like. We sleep with our doggies, so I need to wear some pajamas. And the other really interesting thing is the environment that you sleep in. Do you have a really nice bed and a nice bedroom? Do you have nice people to sleep with? And if you're not sleeping with anybody, do you love the person you are so that you sleep with a nice person every night, regardless of who else is there? Do you have nice sheets? Do you have, when you wake up in the morning, do you have a view? And if you haven't got a view, have you got some nice artwork perhaps that you can look at something positive? Is your bedroom clean and tidy and organised so that you don't wake up to a mess? One of the big suggestions in the world is that you always make your bed so that when you come home at the end of the day, you can always be proud that you walk into a clean bedroom. All of those things can have a major effect on your mental health and, of course, how deeply you sleep. So may you sleep deep because you love who you are and you've got a healthy, fit, strong body. Wouldn't that be awesome? And some cool pajamas.